back with Inside the Magic, and today we are here with Jason Surrell, creative producer of the new Jimmy Fallon attraction at Universal Studios Orlando. Now, we have heard that Jimmy pitched the concept of this attraction to you. Out of curiosity, have there been any elements of the ride that he specifically brought to the drawing board, so to speak?
Absolutely. He was very passionate about bringing New York to life for guests specifically, and then we explored different ways to do that, ultimately landing on a race through New York, and that was a very conscious creative choice because we wanted to do it in a way that felt true to the show. And the wacky celebrity races are one of the most popular segments on The Tonight Show, so we wanted to blow that out and give our entire audience a chance to race Jimmy. And then, Jimmy and his writers were instrumental throughout the development process, and there was never any shortage of ideas with Jimmy. He's like, I want guests to go by a pizza place and smell pizza. I want to take them to the moon. I want to go into the East River. So he had all sorts of ideas that ultimately made it into the attraction, but they were full creative partners from the very beginning.
Okay, so you actually answered one of the questions I was going to ask you next already, because
like Karnak.
the whole attraction is based on the idea of experiencing a Jimmy Fallon show, but at a point in the attraction, you kind of veer away from that, and we're going underwater, and we're flying up in space. So those were things that Jimmy specifically asked to be a part of the attraction.
Absolutely, because it was very important to Jimmy that this be fun and wild, and really the sky was the limit. And when you think about what we can do in the theme park realm, we can pretty much do almost anything. And he even said something to me last week. He's like, you guys never said no to me. You were so great to work with, and you found a way to make all of these crazy ideas work. And that's because we wanted to pull out all the stops. We knew from the beginning that even doing a race, we weren't going to confine it to the halls of Studio 6B like they do on the show, or sometimes they go out into Rockefeller Plaza. In our case, New York was our oyster, basically, but Jimmy wanted to take it even further because he really wanted an over-the-top, crazy experience. And
you definitely succeeded
we
with
worked
that.
it in. Yep.
Now, this one is another computer-generated ride. What was it that made this the right choice for this attraction?
Well, we really wanted people to be able to experience New York City. So in that case, a 3D ride film with a motion simulator was the right creative solution for that particular requirement. And we partnered with ILM, who obviously produced the ride film for us. New York City looks amazing. The 3D is fantastic. And that was really by design from the very beginning, because what I've been telling people is New York is one of the true co-stars of this show, especially for guests from our international markets where The Tonight Show may not air. They definitely know what New York is. They know Times Square, they know the Statue of Liberty, they know the Empire State Building. So we wanted to really bring those things to life for people in an immersive, compelling way. And this gorgeous 3D ride film from ILM was the way to do that.
It is beautiful. Now, New York being one of the stars of the attraction, I have to say another star of this attraction is the Q-less queue.
Absolutely.
Talk to us a little bit about that, and then tell us, will we be seeing more of this spread throughout Universal Parks?
I think the virtual line here at Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon is really the tip of that particular iceberg. I've been telling people that once that particular genie is out of the bottle, it's going to be hard to get him back inside, and I think it's the first step in an ongoing evolution. We began it here with our Express Pass. The virtual line, I think, is the next representation of that, and then you'll see it in a couple months with the Tapu Tapu wearable at Volcano Bay. I honestly think that we're on a journey that will ultimately culminate in a generation that won't even know what queue lines in a theme park are. And that was a very conscious choice because it is one of the biggest guest dissatisfiers that we as an industry have. But what's unique about what we've done here is we've taken the time that we have freed up and we have filled it with further Tonight Show experiences and entertainment, which you'll see in our Studio 6B lounge. You're not waiting in line, so you can sit and relax and enjoy the Ragtime Gals, get a picture with hashtag the Dancing Panda, or just sit, recharge your phone, and explore the Tonight Show with our interactive tables.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic. You even have the charging stations in there.
Absolutely. It's the world we live in now.
I sent out a tweet today with the hashtag Universal Cares. I love it.
It's a humanitarian mission.
Another fun question for you. You do have Conan O'Brien included in the attraction. How do you think hashtag the Panda would get along with
Hashtag would be the one to extend the olive branch and try to play nice. Triumph would probably go after him a little bit, I'm guessing, because you may have noticed if you watch the show that Hashtag suffers quite a bit of abuse.
Yeah.
That is a tradition we proudly carry on here at the attraction. But I have to say, I think Triumph would probably come out on top in that particular altercation, let's say.
Exactly.
Did you see Hashtag?
I did.
Were you nice to him?
I love him. I'm probably one of the few that
He speaks highly of you.
Thank you very much. You know, we're like this.
Exactly.
And lastly, those Easter eggs. Are there any that we should be looking for when we're on the attraction?
When you're on the ride, if you're looking closely, you'll get to see Jimmy's wife and two gorgeous little girls, and you'll also see the two writers who did the script for us. And actually, one of them is Mike DeCenzo, who's better known as Mets Bucket Cat Guy, and Gerard Bradford. So he's an old creative collaborator of Jimmy's. They put in an appearance at the end. So he's their icebreaker.
One last question. In tradition, you guys usually pay tribute to the attraction that was in the site previously. Where can we find those tributes?
I would look closely at the store windows that line the building in the front of the attraction. You'll see a nice shout out, not only to one of our previous attractions, but in sort of a inadvertently touching way, one of the stars of those previous attractions. So, you know, we're sorry that it worked out the way it did, but at the same time, we're really glad that tribute is in there now.
Jason, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Love the site.